Are you wondering how emotionally immature parents affects children's confidence? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about childhood confidence and how that may relate to emotionally immature parents. In this video, we're going to be talking about what it means to be an emotionally immature parent so that we get a little bit of a handle on that, and then what effects that could have on children, and then what you can do to help if you happen to be observing this or maybe think it's happened to you, or you might even be an emotionally immature parent. So what does it mean to be an emotionally immature parent? Well, let's look at the words there. That means that you are communicating with somebody else in emotional ways. You're probably emotionally manipulating the other people so that you can have control, so that you can get the outcomes that you want, so that you can feel like you are participating in your child's life a lot, maybe so that the center of attention is focused around you. And all of those things would be considered very immature. So many times parents that are emotionally immature are parents that did not get a proper upbringing, or maybe they didn't have proper bonding when they were young. There's a lot of different reasons that are thrown out about why a parent could become emotionally immature, but whether they have a reason that you think logically or reasonably leads to them being emotionally immature, once they recognize, I'm having some immaturity here, I'm expecting to be involved in my child's life in every single thing they do, almost to be their peer as a child, but then also to have everything be controlled and have it my way and my time. One of the biggest things with emotionally immature parents is that when they don't get something their way, then suddenly life isn't good for anybody. It becomes a big problem for everyone because of this desire to have this absolute control. I would really caution against labeling somebody as emotionally immature. You just never know. It could be something else. They could just need some different skill development, but that is usually what it looks like. Now, what happens to the child being raised by an emotionally immature parent? When a child is raised by somebody who does not behave like a proper adult, then what happens is the child oftentimes feels like they need some additional stability, additional security, and so they'll start taking on more of an adult role in their parents' world. So they start doing more for the parent to please the parent and stuff like that. This can impact the confidence of the child in unique ways. Whether we can say that it's always going to be a negative impact on the confidence, I don't think I could say that, because work is one of the things that creates a good sense of confidence in a person. Now, self-worth and confidence are two different things. So we have to remember that a person's self-worth, or their value that they see on themselves, could absolutely be impacted by an emotionally immature parent in the life of the child. But a person's confidence may or may not be fully impacted. It depends if the child ends up seeing themselves as, well, I'm mature. They're not being very mature, but I am mature, and I'm going to go ahead and take on projects and work and do things. I'm going to fix myself, work on myself. They can see this hardship of their parent being somewhat difficult, controlling, or maybe even invasive as, well, I'm just going to fix it. And their personality might just be that way. And so then they could actually develop a better sense of confidence because of that additional work that they did and that problem solving that they did in solving their problem. But there could also be people who develop low self-confidence because they are constantly caught up in the emotional needs of the parent. And so everything that they do is just about somebody else, and they don't actually get to recognize themselves solving problems, accomplishing things, and maturing for the sake of maturing. So they could end up it could have a domino effect where now the child could end up a bit emotionally immature as well. So I've seen both cases occur, and I feel like we can't say exactly on that, but I think self-worth is probably the the thing you want to focus on the most. So what can you do to help improve self-confidence and self-worth, and maybe even improve the parenting if you're happening to notice that there's someone around you who could be an emotionally immature parent to their children? Well, the answer is actually this channel. You are in such a good place for that question to be in your mind. I have videos on this channel all about the skills of self-government, like the 4 basic skills of self-government. There's videos about improving relationships. There's videos about skills the children can use and the parents can use. Videos like how to accept a no answer and how to follow instructions. These types of skills are going to be vital for improving a person's confidence and ability to problem solve as they go toward adulthood. But the biggest thing you'll notice on this channel is there are lots of videos about self-regulation and calmness, those types of things. And this is because that when a person is calm, then that actually changes everything. When they are self-governing, when they are able to control themselves and calm themselves, then they can hopefully take a step back and not feel like they need to control or manipulate everybody else around them all the time. Hopefully just doing that little bit of self-evaluation can lead to a habit of self-evaluation in other things, which can lead to increased maturity. So this channel is focused on learning self-government. What is self-government? Self-government is being able to determine the cause and effect of any given situation and possessing a knowledge of your own behaviors so that you can control them. That means that you engage in the project of self-control, self-reformation, self-government. When a person is self-governed, then they know the skills for how to not engage in increased conflict and anger and battles with their children. There is a video on this channel that I recommend you watch next. It is called How Parental Conflict Affects Children. Click on the link to that video now. I'll see you there.